great morning to all dragons out there. This is another Rise Up and Focus to help you screw your head on straight for the day and take advantage of all the potential and opportunity the universe has given you. This is another Rise Up with Dragon. Transparently, Chicken told me about this book a long time ago, and I always kind of understood it and embraced it, and it actually was one of the reasons that I went out and created this whole concept of the Rise Up. But I finally actually read this book called The Miracle Morning by the amazing Hal Elrod, and Chicken is a very big fan of his. This book was written in 2012, and I can tell you that it just brought clarity to things that I was thinking about and values that I've had. And you got to hear this man's story. Fantastic book. But in reading it, it helped me bring clarity to what it is about my Rise Up process and just the whole concept of it. And that's what I want to share with you today. Now, chances are you're listening to this after you've already woken up. So this is something that I want you to put in perspective and focus as something that you might want to consider starting from this day forward. But chances are you're in some form of a mood, a good mood, a bad mood. You have a positive outlook, a negative outlook. And I just want to have you come with me for a second and entertain how that came about and how you can do something about it. So there's this very delicate place where we move from a completely unconscious dream state, and hopefully you had good dreams, but we're in this unconscious state, and in a split second, we move from unconscious to conscious. And that's when we wake up in the morning. That is a very, very precious real estate. Now, I have this whole intricate process that I call a Rise Up, and I'll share that with you. And, we have our private membership groups and things, and I coach people on this, but I call it the Rise Up Great Morning. But the whole essence of it is we just have this fragile time where we move from unconscious to conscious. You did that today when you woke up. And how we act, what we think, imprints and sets the tone for our entire day. So I'll give you an example. If I wake up, I don't know if you're like me, but one of the first things that I usually experience is maybe worry, anxiety, stress. Maybe there's something from yesterday or something I'm worried about tomorrow that automatically enters my brain as I boot up, just like a computer. I have a choice to let that extrinsic thing set the tone for my day and then just go into survival mode and do the best thing I can. Or I can take the concept that I now have clarity from by reading this book by Hal Elrod and do something like I do in this Rise Up. So now you understand why I do this Rise Up. I'm actually creating a situation where my program, my computer is booting up and I am taking control of the day. So just to give you a simple concept that I do, and this is just the beginning of my Rise Up session. My Rise Up takes about an hour from start to finish, and it's mostly fun. The first thing I do when I open my eyes is I become conscious of the fact that I'm in control. So the first thing I do is I start off with gratitude and I say thank you. And when I say that first thank you, the first thing I do is I think I have breath in my lungs and my heart is beating. Simple, simple, simple. I'm alive. I just woke up. The next thing that I do is I say another thank you for the things that matter most. My children, my family, a roof over my head, just real simple, basic needs. And then of course I roll over and I give my chicken a kiss, and I tell her every morning, I love you, chicken. And she says, I love you, dragon. So I'm already winning at that point. Now, it's time to set the tone for the day. The next thing that I do, if you ever get the chance to meet Chicken, you can ask her. I put my feet on the ground, and I have to actually touch the ground. And I say the words, and I don't think the words, I say the words, how can I help? Now, why would I say that? Because I want to be in service to others. It's what brings me joy. It's what I do. But also in that little 3-minute time period, it might only be 3 minutes, but it's so precious. And I think everybody understands that. So fragile and precious. I have now started off with gratitude, and gratitude means that I'm focused on the things that I have that matter most. I've lost track of yesterday, forgotten about tomorrow because I have no control over either of them. I am in the present moment and I am in thanks. I say thank you. But then I actually say the words, how can I help? And that right there has put me in a position where my entire life has transformed. And I just wanted to share that concept with you. Maybe it's something you can start practicing tomorrow.